More and more reports are now coming in that Amazon have now ramped up the fight against these piracy applications. But this one actually is a little bit different, because if you turned on your Firestick and saw this message, as you can see, this is not related to piracy. This is not related to copyrighted content. This is something much worse. Lots of you sent me emails about these two applications. As you can now see, they're disabled on all of your Firestick devices. Now, the key thing here is, if you look at the actual message from the Firestick, it's not telling you about piracy. It's telling you that this application has now been disabled because it puts your device or personal data at risk. So Amazon here is not moaning about you accessing copyrighted content or unlicensed content. They're specifically telling you that they believe this application contains malware or contains something that could steal your data. And because of that, they want to protect you, stop this application running on your device. And for that, they've now disabled it completely. So as you can see, there's no option to launch anyway. The only thing you can do is uninstall the application. And the other one is this application. So again, you can see, guys, the wording is different. So again, we're not talking about unlicensed content, third-party content. Here we're talking about this application has been disabled because it's been identified as exhibiting potentially unwanted behavior. So again, unlike the previous application where they're talking about personal data or device risk, here they're specifically talking about unwanted behavior. Now, of course, this is up for debate. What does unwanted behavior mean? Does it mean that maybe they are going to send me notifications? Maybe they're going to show me adverts? Wherever it is, from Amazon's point of view, they deem this is unwanted behavior. And again, because of that, this application is now completely disabled. There's no option to launch it anyway. The only thing you can do is uninstall it or just dismiss the message. So again, guys, you can see that Amazon really is cracking down, and the wording that Amazon is using does seem to change depending on which application has been blocked. So we've seen some of the popular ones, as you can see on the screen, where the message more was related to providing access to unlicensed content. Lots of applications have this message, but now it looks like other applications, if they are deemed to contain malware or if they're deemed to show unwanted behavior, again, this is all up to Amazon. They will now completely disable these applications on your device. And the reason behind this is Firesticks are based on Android, and Android does have built-in security scanning, which means that when you install applications, they are being constantly scanned for malware or potentially unwanted threats. And the minute they find this application could be potentially dangerous, they go ahead and disable that on your device. And this message is now just popped up on my screen as well, telling me that this application has also been disabled due to behavior that may put your device or personal data at risk. So you can see in real time how aggressive Amazon are being now. All of your applications are being scanned. They're checking things. If they find the application has potentially malware, if they find the application gives access to unlicensed content, if they find that application behaves in a strange way, lots of different reasons, in all cases, the end result is the application is now disabled on your device. We can just see, guys, just back to back, lots of these applications have now been instantly disabled on my device. And this just shows you how things are changing now, where it's now no longer about content, it's about behavior. So how is your application behaving? Is it making network calls? Is it trying to do things in the background? Is it launching different processes? Whatever it is, wherever these applications are now doing, they're all being fully monitored by Amazon. And again, the net result is if Amazon don't like it, they're going to disable it on your device. Now, before somebody says, why don't you just buy an unbox or buy Android TV? As I'm sure you know now, Android TV, Google TV is also going down a similar path. Maybe not as aggressive as Amazon today, but you can see in the future or very, very soon, any application that they deem is providing access to unlicensed content, it will also be disabled on the Android TV devices. So really the only solution you could think is buying a device where it doesn't have those certifications. That device could be perhaps a mini PC running a custom version of Android, maybe a mini PC running an Android emulator, or even buying a box that's uncertified. Now, the latter option I have been investigating, just trying to find the right option. Let me show you a couple which are potentials, and I will buy them, and we can just quickly see that with these boxes, can I sideload? Yes or no? Are applications blocked? Yes or no? Can I run custom launchers? Can I expand the storage? All the stuff that you typically want to do on these boxes. Do these new boxes meet that requirement? And if they do, maybe it's worthwhile investing in one of those. so you can avoid all of this trouble from Amazon. So for example, we have this option here. We can see it's running a bit older, Android 11. It's still newer than Fire OS 7, which is only Android 9. You can see it's running the Amlogic S905X4, which is the same as the On 4K Pro, has 4 gigs RAM, 32 gigs storage, 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all that good stuff, and just for £40, so about $50 or so. And with this box, because it's not certified, you're not going to see any of those restrictions. Now on the flip side, or the negative side, because it's not certified, if you want to use official applications like Netflix, like Disney Plus, like Prime, unfortunately those won't show you high definition content because this box won't have those certifications. But if you are somebody that streams with your own streaming applications, your own third-party applications, your own IPTV type applications, then that's not really going to make a difference for you. And again, for about £40, $50, this could be a good option. The other one I had was this one here, which is running a newer version of Android TV 13. Again, it has 4 gigs RAM, 32 gig storage. This CPU or this SoC, it is a little bit older, but again, for this price point, if you're not too fussed about that, as long as it can run your streaming applications, then it should be absolutely fine. And this last one, which is a little bit more money, it's about, I think, $90 or so, £73. This one you can see is much newer. This is the later S905X5M. That's a much newer CPU, so that should be a lot faster, a lot smoother. Again, with the same RAM, but this time with 64 gig storage. You can pick up a box like this. So I'm going to explore these options. If you are interested in that, make sure you are subscribed with all notifications, because as soon as I get these boxes, I will put them through the paces and then answer those key questions. The last thing just to mention, that with all of these piracy blogs, with all of these malware warnings, data loss warnings, data leakage warnings, it really is essential to use a VPN. I do say that the blocks are regional based, so I have seen people reporting that certain applications in certain regions are being blocked for them, but then the exact same application in another region is working absolutely fine. So I do think the VPN will give you that privacy, will give you that protection. It will allow you to change your IP address, and it will ensure that your ISP can't throttle you, and more importantly, can't monitor what you're doing on your device. I personally recommend IPVanish. I've used them for more than 5 years. It just works really well. You get those unlimited connections. So it doesn't matter if you've got 2 Firesticks, 10 Android TVs, all your phones, all your tablets, all of them can be covered with a single account. You can then access geolocked content, you can protect your privacy, and really it's just the easiest way to stay safe in the year 2026. If you're interested in that, do scan the QR code. Using my link does help to support the channel, so many thanks for doing that, and I'll hopefully catch up with you guys real soon. Thanks.